All right, music fans, welcome back. It is I, Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you right there and just like me here. A lot of folks that watch me are obviously fans of the band Journey, and maybe by association, some of them enjoy Bon Jovi. I know there's a tribute band called Bon Journey. Bon Journey sounds French, you know. But look, I think I've fallen quite hard off the Bon Jovi turnip truck, and I don't plan on getting back on. Their new music to me it's not doing it. It's not appealing to me. The suits and the haircuts and all the, we're trying to be Train or whatever, Foo Fighters, whatever they're trying to be. They're always going to be living on a prayer to me. They're always going to be wanted dead or alive. That's the stuff. That's the good stuff. This reinvention thing and this embracing by all of the big corporate media moguls, Howard Stern, just like basically planting his lips on the lower torso of Mr. Bon Jovi. And Eddie Trunk, the influence is just unbelievable. No, there were no other bands, Def Leppard, that was there, that were there first. There are no other bands that were there. Twisted Sister. There were no other bands that were, hanging out before Bon Jovi hit the scene. Vandenberg, Kicks. No other bands at all. None. Zero. It was just all Rat. Bon Jovi. It was all they're the ones that set the table for everybody else. They're the ones that got on the radio, had the hair, and then abandoned all of that because, they were looking to kind of keep their career going and so forth. And it's kind of hard to go on without Richie Sambora, but they did, and that's a totally different topic. They were the best in the late 1980s, early 90s. I saw them in 1990, met both John and Richie, so I'm biting the hand that... but I've heard that Eddie Trunk has told me that bands don't want to meet me, so... Although I was an industry insider, so maybe they're okay with me. They just don't like those fans, those evil fans that pay those exorbitant ticket. Imagine doing... Eddie Trunk did a video. I'm going off on a tangent here. He did a whole video... or segment, I should say. Somebody uploaded it to YouTube about how rock bands don't want to meet you. They don't want to talk to you. They just don't like you. So, and these are the same people that feed this guy, that feed Eddie Trunk, that allow him to go home and eat a nice meal every night because they ask him questions like, Eddie, what's wrong with David Lee Roth? What's wrong with him? And Eddie's all philosophical. Oh well, it was an uneven texture in that album. It's like listening to corporate speak in a medium that you would think would be a little more real, a little bit more laid back, a little bit more, say, off the cuff, a little more opinionated without, being so dang diplomatic all the time. And this is the entity that got Bon Jovi into the Hall of Fame. When that voting started, it was like all of the mouthpieces. Oh, Bon Jovi. And I'm thinking, Def Leppard's not even nominated. It's criminal. It was absolutely criminal. I'm just using the Bon Jovi standard. There are a host of other bands. I heard that they put Born to Be Wild in as it's in the Hall of Fame, but the band is not. Steppenwolf, they're not. The song is in, but I have no idea. Louie, they're in there. The song is in there, but the Standells are not in there. Or are the Standells in there? I have no idea. Maybe the Standells are in there. They, kind of a one-hit thing, so I'm not really sure why they'd be in there, but maybe just because it was such a monumental thing. I just think look, I'm not saying conspiracy. I just think that it could be politics, too. I don't know. Maybe these guys all share the same politics, and they're thinking, we got to get Bon Jovi in there. He's a crusader. He's for what we're for. Let's get him in. These British guys, they don't need our help. So what? They were there first. So what? They had a sound. By the way, Def Leppard, a consistent sound at the beginning of their career in 1980. No adjusting, just getting maybe some better production, some better songwriting, better material, but they sound like Def Leppard today. They didn't change their look, by the way. They're not all wearing these nice little tight suits, going out there glittery gray. What was this glittery gray suit thing? And the hair. Oh, just let the hair go white. You can afford maybe to color your hair a little bit. You can afford maybe to grow that hair out, even if you're not going to color it. I mean, it's like GQ. I want to be Foo Fighters now. Okay. Or Train or whatever. I mean, because I don't know what those guys look like. I'm assuming that they're trying to do some modeling of like a band today. Like, let's try to look like somebody today, because we need to sell our music. We need to sell our image, because our music isn't all that good. So we need to do that. So the Cleveland thing, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year was fully devoted to Bon Jovi. Last year it was Journey because Steve Perry showed up. But that was because Steve Perry showed up and there was actual, real, literal hype and not manufactured hype. This year, it just, to me, was like, okay, please stop talking about Bon Jovi. Please, okay? There are 50 other bands or artists that should be in before 50. Maybe 100. I don't know. I have to compile a comprehensive list. And then people are going to say, really, you think Blue Oyster Cult should be in ahead of Bon Jovi? Damn straight. Damn straight. Early 70s, late 60s, technically, they got the thing off the ground. Groundbreaking albums, intricate lyrics. Somebody said that radio doesn't like Blue Oyster Cult because they're way too cerebral, and they don't have this catalog of fluffy songs that radio stations can play. I would say they probably have 20 songs, maybe 25 songs that should be in rotation somewhere at a classic rock station. Anyway, I could go and go and go on this. I'm just kind of ticked off that this was a concerted effort. Eddie Trunk, Howard Stern, these are the guys. iHeart Media, maybe throw Martha Quinn in there. I don't know. It's like, yay, Bon Jovi's in. But, Def Leppard isn't in, and Doobie Brothers aren't in, and you could compile a huge list. Kansas is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The band Kansas is not in. Just mind-boggling. All right, I'm done. I'm going to stop. I'm getting in trouble. I will be back soon. Talk to you then.